If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
It's Later with Mo Kelly live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. Summer is over for all intents and purposes. Summer is over. When you talk about movies, that is a sad time, if you will, for movie theaters because the big movies, the tentpole franchises, the things which puts people in seats week after week after week, that period has come to an end, and it signifies the beginning of a very slow period for most movie theaters. I would say all the way through until about February. Now, there's obviously some holiday releases that people may be interested in, but the big movies is done for quite some time until closer to March and April. So movie theaters, they look to the summer blockbusters or the summer more generally as an indicator of how strong their business is or how well it is doing. And if you look at just the raw numbers, it was not a great summer. It was off to a great start in advance of like the 4th of July movies. I should say the July movies like Fantastic Four and also Superman. But they did not deliver the box office numbers that were originally expected or hoped for. Now, Tuala and I, we disagree as far as expectations and whether certain expectations were met. But I can say confidently that no summer blockbuster was a runaway hit. The $1 billion mark for me, and I think most movie studios, is the threshold. The closest movie was Jurassic Park. I don't know, the 51st movie in the series, which was more a hit overseas numbers wise than it was domestically.
Now, there were a couple of surprises. I mean, no one thought that the little alien movie was going to be a $1 billion film.
Lilo and Stitch, yeah, and I think that kind of counterbalanced the other movies which did not do as well. In other words, if the summer had a Fantastic Four which did 800 million and Superman which did 800 million or closer to $1 billion, the perception of the summer overall I think would have been very different.
Yeah, I think that this summer there were no films that I think overall anyone was necessarily looking forward to. And I say that because I know people are like, but Fantastic Four and Superman. I say, please understand, this is the umpteenth bite at the apple for Fantastic Four. Superman beyond, because Superman has had several films and several television shows behind it, some that were loved, some that were hate. So there's a lot more going against a Superman and a Fantastic Four for a market that was already screaming for something new. Superman and Fantastic Four, to be fair, neither of those are new. When you have something like F1 that does very, very good, that's like, wow.
But it also did very, very good internationally.
The How to Train Your Dragon. That did How to Train Your Dragon should not do better than Superman. That's what I'm saying. When you look at it, you're like, wow, like what is happening? And even the damn Roblox movie. That movie did gangbusters. Yeah. That movie was humongous, but it's something that I think that's something we've talked about in all fairness. But all the films that did exceptionally well were original films. You know, even though Roblox is a very popular video game, doing a film based on that and it being successful, wow, that's a hit. Another race car movie, no one thought in a million years F1 would do good.
No.
I mean, just think about how hyped we were for the Mission Impossible film. That film didn't do anything. People literally forgot it came out.
Well, it also, expectations. I think it still brought in more than $500 million, but the expectations were such, since it was the last one in the series, that it was going to do something closer to $1 billion.
At least to your point with the Superman film, that it would at least do better than the film that preceded it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, don't sleep on Weapons. That was a surprise hit. That thing cost something like $38 million, and it's made about $240 million worldwide.
Yeah, but we're talking multipliers here. And as far as tipping the balance for a summer season, whether it's going to be great or not, you need the big movies to do well, to pull their weight, and then you need to have the surprise hits in addition.
Well, I think Tawala's problem with Superman is that he was more of a Dean Cain fan.
No, because I like my Superman to be able to climb over walls.
I see.
Are you referring to that ice obstacle training course video?
No, I'm just referring to the Lois and Clark series. That's all. That's it. Nothing more.
Look, I mean, when I hear that, all I hear is old played out actor struggling to get through an obstacle course, and I laugh because you're Superman and that should happen. But that is also indicative of the dismal box office, because your hopes were for someone like that to do exceptionally well getting over a simple obstacle course, not to struggle mightily. The box office struggled mightily.
Well, I wish it had done better, but it was still successful enough that it's getting a sequel.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not talking about Superman.
Oh, it's going to get a sequel no matter what.
I mean, we're talking about the summer box office. We needed, those of us who are film goers and movie lovers, we needed this summer box office to be stellar, not come in lower than last year's numbers, which were indicative of coming out of COVID still and not having any real releases. We had fewer releases and we did worse this year than last year.
And we were an upward trajectory, to your point, coming out of COVID, where it seemed like movies were having an upswing. Let me give you some numbers to be specific. 2024 total gross for all movies domestically was $8.5 billion, and there were 677 movies released. We're now in September, which is the last quarter of the year, and we haven't even hit $6 billion for total gross. All that money, most of that money needs to come from the summer. So it's not like it's going to make up another $2.6 billion between now and December 31st. There aren't any movies to bring in that type of revenue. And also fewer total releases. We're not going to have another 221 movies released domestically between now and the end of the calendar year. So that means fewer movies, lower total gross. That's a down year for the movie industry. We talk often about the impending end of movie theaters as we know it. This is another step in that direction, I would say, unfortunately.
I don't think those fancy popcorn buckets are going to save them.
No, and that's the problem. You have the fancy popcorn buckets. You're selling everything except the movie. You're trying to, but we know we can get the movie at home eventually.
I went and got tickets to see Tron today, this afternoon. I thought there was going to be sold out IMAX, right? Because it's coming out in IMAX, all the big ads. When I went to the prime IMAX screen, it would have been after work on the Friday, I think September 10th or whatever, or the 12th, 13th, whatever day is coming out in October. I got tickets for that Friday after the show, and I was the only person who had bought tickets at 4 p.m. The only person who bought 2 tickets to the IMAX screening.
That does not bode well, does it?
No, you want those advanced ticket sales.
I should have looked at that and been like, man, Friday is sold out. I'm going to have to see it Saturday. No. Theater was empty. And this is the one we go to. This is the Burbank IMAX. Mm-hmm. It was empty. Not a single seat sold.
Movies, unfortunately, are not the event the event scheduling that it used to be, where it's like, we have to see this, we have to see it the first night, we have, because, we have to see it before everyone else. It's not like that anymore.
But it is when you think about streaming, because everyone's clamoring to see Alien Earth this latest season or episode before it gets spoiled. We're all trying to clamor to hurry up and see X, Y, and Z series that drops. You got to see Peacemaker.
But that's at home. We don't have to take time out of our day. It'll be there. When I get home and watch Peacemaker tonight, it'll be there. I don't need to schedule a time at 9:00 to have to drive my ass to the theater to see it.
And that's where the movie box office, that's where films or these big releases are suffering because we'd rather watch it at home.
I think that Conjuring movie that's coming out this weekend is going to make some money, but it's not going to save the whole industry.
No.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It is not.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. During the break, Tawala was going over what he was going to watch tonight. And unbeknownst to me, he had not seen the most recent episode of Alien Earth. And I had to stop myself because I didn't want to give away what might be the best episode I've seen on television this past year. It's probably the best sci-fi show that I've seen in recent years, top to bottom. I was talking to Mark about it very briefly. He had seen it. He and I were, strangely enough, on the same page. Alien Earth, which is available on Hulu and also FX. So in other words, if you don't have a Hulu subscription, but you maybe have Sling TV like I do, you can access it that way. It's fantastic.
It's really good, surprisingly good for a TV show, and it looks like a movie. And it's, without spoiling anything, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's totally a standalone episode, but it's a flashback that's kind of self-contained, and it explains everything about why they are where they are right now.
This episode, if you fill in all the gaps, because it's an abridged telling of this portion of the story, if they did a full movie surrounding this episode, I would pay good money to see it in theaters. It's cinematic quality. And if you're a fan of anything Alien, Ridley Scott-esque Alien, I'm not talking about Alien versus Predator. I'm not talking about Alien Romulus or anything more recent. If you're a fan of the original Alien, you will love this series. It is a love letter to Alien fans.
They don't just respect it, they replicate the look and feel of it, the whole aesthetic. I'll just say one thing, and it's not really even a criticism, but if you somehow find yourself in that Weyland-Yutani universe, stay away from the androids. They're never any good.
But you don't know. That's the thing. The hallmark of the original Alien is you didn't know that Ash was a synthetic.
True. Thanks for the spoiler. But
the movie from 1979.
Yeah, you just spoiled a movie from 1979 for the 4 people who haven't seen it yet. I should point out the new season of Beavis and Butthead has started on Comedy Central, and go ahead, laugh all you want. I was nearly in tears laughing last night.
Wait a minute, they have a new season?
A new season from Mike Judge, the original guy, and you can watch it free online. Comedy Central's free online.
Wait,
you don't have to pay for Paramount Plus or whatever.
Is Beavis and Butthead funnier than, from what I'm understanding, because I don't watch South Park, but is it funnier than South Park?
They're both funny. I love them both.
Okay.
South Park, I watched the most recent episode. They give no Fs. The stuff that they're doing, I cannot believe that they just signed this $1 billion deal, so they know that they have a lot more leverage than just about any other creator out there. But the stuff that they're doing is unconscionable. The visual gags, the vulgarity, is oof.
I only saw the first episode. I'm, I guess, 3 behind, but the first one was outrageous.
The fourth one puts the first one to shame as far as outrageous.
Okay, I'm going to have to see that when I get home.
I can't even talk about what they show, what they do. Well, let me put it this way. The show has been criticized, obviously, by the Trump administration. And they were criticized specifically because they had this bit in the first episode, which you have seen,
yes,
in which President Trump is supposedly in this relationship with Satan. there was a criticism from the Trump administration and some other entities depicting Donald Trump in a relationship with Satan. In response to that, South Park tripled down on it. That's all I can say. I have never seen anything like this on TV in any form or fashion.
And those guys did that, the South Park guys, when the ink on their hugely lucrative deal had just dried.
Just when they're like, we're safe now. We can do anything and nobody can touch us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Twala, I talked about it in our nerd chat. You don't need to see anything beforehand. You can just go to the most recent episode of South Park. I'm not going to preface it with anything. It's just, all I can say is I can't believe they actually did this on TV.
Where is South Park? Like, what network is it?
It's Comedy Central.
Comedy Central. Okay.
It's Comedy Central. And it's incredible. And you can make your own value judgment on the messages that they're trying to send, but I've never seen any takedown like this.
It's satire. We've always made fun of all authority figures, all politicians. Nobody should be immune.
No one's immune, but no one has ever gone this far.
I mean, if they're triple downing, I mean, that's a lot. I've only seen double. Never mind.
All I can say is see it, and then we'll come back and compare notes.
It's so filthy, we can't really go into any detail on the air.
It is so vulgar. It is so vulgar. It's later with Mo Kelly. I'm going to talk to you off air, and we can have the real conversation.
Refreshingly vulgar.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We were mentioning the show Peacemaker because guest and now friend of the program, Na Lee, who plays Judo Master, his episode dropped on HBO Max as part of Peacemaker Season 2 about 30 minutes ago. So if you enjoyed that interview, and I hope you did, you'll be able to see him in his full Judo Master glory tonight. And as soon as I get home, that's the first thing I'm going to be putting on. Cannot wait. Some people were trying to tell me about the episodes. Like, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I have to see it for myself. So, it should be over the top as that series is. And Twala, we know what you're watching. Tony, what are you watching right about now?
I've been watching stuff with Stern Pinball because I'm trying to get a pinball machine. So I've been watching
Wait. You have like 5 pinball machines already.
But I need the Godzilla one.
Which Godzilla? Is it Japanese or American?
Oh, it's proper Japanese. Toho.
Toho, okay.
It has the music and like a Mecha Godzilla that like catches the ball. It's cool.
How many pinball and stand-up arcade machines do you have in your house, mind you?
2 pinball. They're both very old. It's the Jurassic Park and Shadow. Again, they're very old. They're from the 90s. And then a bunch of arcade one-up cabinets, or their emulator cabinets, but then a few of those 10, I think. Okay,
explain the emulator for those who don't know.
It's a reproduction of the original that doesn't cost as much. Significantly less. But still has authentic controls and stuff like that. So you stand up at it, it plays correctly, but it is not with a CRT. It's a modern LCD display.
You actually don't need that whole console to play.
No, not anymore, because those are very hard to get and very hard to keep working. Because they're old.
What do they go for now? Usually
the original ones.
Yes.
Oh, easily. I mean, you're talking 1,000, 2,000 a piece, easily, if you're lucky. And then you're getting them in various states of water damage, because they were in arcades, man. They were beat up.
That was 40 years ago.
Yes.
In some cases.
So mine are fun. But the pinball both of those are original from the 90s, and they're cool.
One of the best jobs I had, I was freshman year in college, but I was home from college, working at Del Amo Mall in Aladdin's Castle, which was an arcade.
Oh, yeah.
And talk about popular. I was pretty popular back then because I had the key to all the games. We could play as much as we wanted.
Get a couple clicks over and get some free plays.
Games were expensive. They were. on average 50 cents per play back.
Oh, when they went to 50 cents, I was mad.
I was mad because most games only a select few were 50 cents.
Dragon's Lair was like $1.
Lair, yeah, it was $1.
It was $1. It was like, no.
And I never was able to finish
no!
it. And
That's a hard game.
I have that one.
It was Don Bluth, if I'm not
Don
mistaken.
Bluth. He did that and did Space Ace.
Okay. Now, for those who don't know, Daniel put up a little bit of Dragon's Lair from I think like 1987. It was one of the first choose your own adventure games. If you moved the joystick right or left, you would either pass the test or not. But it was animated.
It was literally a Laserdisc player in the machine, is what it was, and you were basically just clicking to chapters.
Yes, and it had if you push up, then this would happen. If you push left, then that would happen.
Most time you died.
And you could time it.
It was all timing.
It was all timing, and it was a really revolutionary game for its time.
Beautiful.
But it didn't catch on.
No, that's not it.
No, that's not it. No, that's not it. It's an animated, like cartoon.
Yeah,
Dragon's Lair.
It literally looked like a cartoon, an old school.
Because he was a Disney animator.
Yes, he was,
and it was amazing. I always went into that door where I fell into the pot of green, bubbling oil, and just melted. And I always
swinging on the road.
There it is. That's Dragon's Lair. And we would spend big money playing that game.
I just would watch other people play it. That was all I could do. I'd like live vicariously through other people.
We had always like a crowd of people crowding around the console, and there was always one guy who was good at it.
And it's a lot of them, some of them had like the TV on top, so you could everyone could see short people like me.
But how far have you gotten now that you?
I've beaten it now.
Oh, you've beaten it?
Whoa, major brag.
Oh,
I've
that's
never
serious.
seen this
When you have
game
unlimited credits.
Wow.
No, that's impressive because I don't know about you guys, but I never got further than like the first couple scenarios before I fell down a crevice or got torched by a dragon or something.
The dragon battle at the end is intense. Intense.
Now I need to just go look it up because I never
watch it.
I never got to the end. I was never good at it.
This scene was great.
And I couldn't spend all that money that other people were.
Oh, no, he's a good guy.
Yeah. Good times, though. Real good times.
But pinball is fun, too.
So you have about maybe 10 games at home?
10 of the like I said, the emulator cabinets, and then I got also a Silver Strike Bowling I just got my hands on, broken, and fixed it, which is cool. It's like a trackball, like the people who did Golden Tee, they did a bowling one. Fantastic. And then...
You have a big screen and everything?
It's a 40... I just put a 43-inch TV on it.
Oh, you do it for
because it's a pedestal.
Okay.
So it just needs any TV, and it works. And then the light gun set up to run Time Crisis on.
And how old are you?
Yeah, I know. Right?
25, 26?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
You're never too old for fun.
Yeah, you are.
A house full of fun.
No,
Yeah, you are.
no, you're never too old, Tony. You're never too old.
I mean, have you seen the rest of my house?
Through pictures, you've shown us pictures. You ought to give Daniel a picture just like your game room so we can put that
Oh,
up.
my Warlord's table is really cool, too.
You got anything you can give to Daniel?
I don't...
Attention burglars.
Give away stuff? I don't give away anything. I'm a hoarder.
Not give, just a representation. That's all.
All right.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Just a picture.
Oh, of course.
Not
Give
your
of-
address.
Give of my game paradise? I give nothing.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We'll check in with George Norton when we come back.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. Coming up in just a few moments will be George Norton, Coast to Coast AM, and he joins me right now. Good evening, my friend.
Mr. Kelly, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Great. We're going to talk about biblical prophecy for a couple hours, then later on, UFOs.
Thank you. I was waiting for it. Yes,
Just for you.
yes.
I told my producer, Tom, you're doing that for Mo Kelly, aren't you? And he went, stop it.
Damn right. It better be for me and only me. I'm jealous like that.
Not only you, but you're a big part of it.
I'll take it. I'll take it any way I can get it. Have a great show, my friend.
See ya.
And just to let you know, if you didn't hear at the beginning of this show, we will not be on tomorrow, or we may have like maybe 45 minutes of show because we will be preempted by the Chargers. The Chargers are kicking off their season tomorrow. Game is on a Friday as opposed to a Sunday, customarily, in which most NFL teams play. So the game, I believe, starts at 5 o'clock. They'll have an hour of pregame. Game is 5 o'clock to 5:15 or something. It should start. It should go about 3 hours. And then they'll have an hour of post-game show. And then we may have some best of to play for like 45 minutes. So in truth, we're really not going to be on tomorrow night. So if you tune in at 7 o'clock and you don't hear us and you hear the Chargers play-by-play, that's why. And I love football. It just so happens that it's getting in the way of what I'm doing. Just letting you know. And also on the 15th of September, we will be completely preempted due to the Chargers. Yes, Mark, that impacts you as well.
Oh, I'll be here tomorrow night.
No. I'm saying, tomorrow night. But I'm saying on the 15th, when we're preempted, you won't be doing any news.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Monday Night Football.
I see.
Yeah. So in other words, a week from Monday will also be preempted.
May need to take a 3-day weekend.
That's what I'm going to do.
You got to get caught up on that Terminal List show, Mo.
Yeah, I started the first episode with Taylor Kitsch, and I like him as an actor. I like that franchise. If you don't know, the Terminal List, they're doing a prequel to the Chris Pratt portion of the show. You get to go back and see some of the preceding events. And I'm not really big on prequels, but I'm big on this show and franchise. So I want to try to binge it this weekend and get through all of it.
I haven't seen the original since it came out, whenever that was, but I feel like I'm liking this one much better than the original, and it's got much less nonsense. And Taylor Kitsch is the focus of it, and not so much Chris Pratt at all.
It's just straightforward. They drop you into the action, and it just keeps going. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of special ops stuff is just crack for any dude, stereotypical dude to
Thank
watch.
you very much. Yep. Can't get enough of it. Cannot get enough of it.
They've also got Tom Hopper, who was the big guy from the Umbrella Academy, and he was in that Black Sails pirate show too, and he's one of the operators in this, and he's pretty good in an action show.
His career is blossoming. I'm seeing more and more of him relative to the rest of the Umbrella Academy cast. It seems like he's working the most.
I want to see him in more action stuff because he looks like a giant. Like he's formidable.
I think he's like 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. He's a taller dude.
Yeah. And the show's really well done. I mean, they start off, you've only seen the first episode, but they
Correct.
start off where they're all in Navy SEALs, I guess. But they move on out of the service and become private contractors, and that's where it gets interesting.
The operators, yes.
Operators, yes.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you've been looking at, Mark, or is on your list?
Oh, tons of stuff. I found this amazing old show. You'll look for shows, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, after they've never been available on video or streaming or VHS or DVD, and they'll just pop up on a streamer. I found this old Western from 1968 called The Outcasts. It only ran one season, and it was a pretty edgy show for 1968. It's got Don Murray as the star and a then unknown Otis Young in it. It is something else. If you've never heard of this, it's on the Roku channel. It is worth watching because I said it's edgy for 1968. It's edgy for 2025.
We're living in such a golden era where you have all this content and it's also available. Some of it is like on Roku or Tubi where it's free. You have to watch the ads, but it's free, and there's just so much that's available for you. When people say there's nothing on TV, then you're not trying hard enough. You'll be able to find something if you know where to look.
Oh, streaming is a gold mine right now. We talk about Tubi all the time. This is such a great show, and it really addresses head on 1968, if you remember, was pretty much the apex of the civil rights era.
Yep.
And they just dive right into these issues with some language we wouldn't see on TV today.
Well, all of the late 1960s and 1970s, it seems like that was on a different earth because they said certain things, they used certain language that would never, ever be used again on TV.
Yeah, these guys play a pair of bounty hunters, one black, one white, and they have assorted adventures. And this might come as a shock to you, but in the post-Civil War, being a black bounty hunter wasn't the easiest gig on earth.
What? Really?
No kidding.
We got to get out of here. We'll kind of see you tomorrow. Not really, but we'll catch up with you on Monday, most definitely. KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.